I wanted to talk about how I feel all of this stuff that's happening in the air. I'm a super sensitive person, and I just check in a little bit about the political things and stuff. But then, see this thing here. I mean, and this thing. There's a way to use it, and you just you do noticing, right? And yeah, no, they're releasing technology all over the place that it can pretty much dissolve a mountain down. But they are doing weather control, and yeah, it's happening hardcore here in United States. Sorry, um, that was a big thing to do, is to get control of the weather and and to start manipulating things and making it completely collateral free. What I mean, right, is that they don't have to like do war policy type of um, compensation for the people or anything. They're just doing what they want to do. And anyway, what I was really trying to warn people about is that, well, yeah, with the eclipse, I already talked about it having a Mars transit square it. See, that eclipse was right on top of my Mars, and my Mars ruled at 9 degrees. It's at 10 degrees, and that's close enough. And then it trines my Jupiter. It tells me that, well, wherever I'm stationed here, I mean, people, if we got together and we would know, then you would know that I'm highly sensitive to the what's happening in the air with the warlords. You know that it's ongoing, and but there is right now, because Israel has lost what their asses over there, whatever they're trying to do. It's very illusory, but what they're trying to do, it was well known that um, Donald Trump or whoever, the United States they call it, but really it's whoever controls the United States, which is Israel, actually controls a lot of all of the world. It's stationed over there that, like the story of Christ Jesus was the way they altered that whole thing and made it a mind-boning religion to spread across the entire globe. Well, same thing goes with their microphones and their everything. They are civilization controllers, very close, I mean, to an original site of like just ancient knowledge where I think they locked up a lot of stuff. There is definitely like the best I can explain it is just a broke off civilization, but really it's people that do not get involved with what is strong arming itself and coating the environment. See, they speak in ways that it's original, like you hear that what maybe you'll hear it. See, the Bible is mixed up. There's all kinds of material, right? And some things are ringing a bell, and all you can do really, it's what Jesus Christ said. It's all you need to do is listen. And that person said that people will be highly deceived. At one point, they will be displaying a certain thing, and that's just it's hard to tell what to take from those stories and what not. But really, you have to use your own discernment. Sorry, I have my cat. My cat, she lays under my chair, while I'm doing this. I love her so much. She's so smart, and she's trying to save my life. Right? Everything is going to try to save our life nowadays, and I need to be pulled away from trying to save myself with social media, but I happen to think that we can. I happen to think that, and we don't see. It's weird how people don't just see my latest theme. Boy, did I go on my Facebook today and just there's a whole fucking volume there to go through. I did chanting. I'm just trying to. I wish I can influence better. I wish I can be like really interacting with maybe just get a job and go like see I'm not good at all at taking myself out and like doing some activity that most likely would probably be better for me to just try and go play tiddlywinks or go play bingo. Is it time to play bingo already yet? Almost, huh? I haven't had much sleep at all, and I haven't been eating well. I have been in bad shape. It's something I'm having to come to terms with. I wish that I can get better with it. Let's see, here's my baby. Where is she? What is she doing? She's playing. She's got this thing playing behind me. This food that I gave her, not sure if it's good for her or not. I mean, it makes her really spunky, right? But really, no. I mean, she's supposed to be spunky. She's supposed to be playing around like a cat. That's what I know. And it's like, boy, the chicken I've given her just made her liquid. But now I'm happy to say, but we had this thing happen today where she was totally constipated, and she was having difficulty. The poor thing, she's there all crouched and trying to take a poop, but she was going, and she was trying to poop, and I was like, and then she just didn't poop. And so I was like, oh man, well maybe you just need to go outside and run around, get some physical activity, and it'll finally come out. And so she kind of did it again while I was watching her in the yard, and then I could see that she was having difficulty right in front of me like several times, and she looked at me like, can you help me? And at the very time, I was so at a loss. I kind of went over to some sites where she was before, and like, did she even take a poop? And the answer is no. And so I just, within, a couple moments later, I picked her up and I checked her anus, and I saw like something trying to come out. So, I remember I did this with another cat, and see, there's a way that you, near their tail, sorry, I'm not talking about politics anymore. Near their tail, there's kind of like a canal there on each side of their spine that you can kind of reach, and you can kind of go like this. And I did that. See, I felt what is like rocks in there, and I just pulled on it and pulled it, and it dropped out of her. The poor thing, she was stopped up, right, and these two little, like, really cement looking things dropped out. And ouchie, baby, ow. I'm wearing shorts, and she thinks she's gonna climb me like a palm tree. I love her so much. So I'm really watching this thing, the kind of food that she's eating that causes that and all that stuff. It's so difficult nowadays, right? It's ridiculous. And I was just telling you about why that all is. Because, well, there's master planning that way. And they see that crowd over there. Are you okay, babe? She just had some food. She's kind of fat. I love this little girl. Give me a purr. I just love this. Pardon me. No, I can feel it all in the air. I don't care for it. It's coming. We all know. See, us people that are kind of 5 years ahead or something. I'm more like 25 years ahead. I'm an Aquarius moon. I'm technically an Aquarius, and then if you look at the ruling planet of Aquarius, see, because my moon is Uranus ruled, and then we look at my Uranus, it happens to be conjunct Mercury, and that's a powerhouse when it's the higher octave of Mercury conjunct Mercury itself, so it's like the higher and lower mind. It communicates, and it has a lot of emotions, right? I mean, it's emotional, um, tinge, because of it's emotionally satisfying to me to be able to work my abilities to communicate and motivate through that and inspire people. And also I'm a channeler. I channel on things. That Mercury conjunct Uranus is a sign of a genius. Sometimes they'll flash, just like an antenna. They've been struck by lightning and they gain the information, and they're like, and you get used to it. You just get used to saying, and now I am now going to just let you know I have to do what I have to do, which is express communication. So, this little girl, so taking care of her, just praying for her, trying to navigate doing the right thing for her. And so this food gave her a lot of energy. And the thing I like about it, really, because she was loose. Sorry, I'm really doing this bitching conversation, right? Hi, Kim Cass and Patsy. I don't know what happened to you. I hope you're doing okay. This is really hard times right now. with Pluto and Capricorn. You know, there's some people might not survive um, just going through towards December. See, December is when Pluto moves back into Aquarius, and boy, we're kind of exhausted now, and it's almost like, oh fuck, and babes, it's not over. When Mars opposes Pluto, I predict that the United States gets demolished. It's already being demolished right now in North Carolina. But see, the weaponry is being released everywhere. It's just now time to do it. It seems like it's just, and people, I know a couple other people that know about this in Australia. They're like clockwork. You know, we can't. You know, we're kind of just not minding our own business, but we're kind of relaxed about it now. You know, it's like, oh, well, we already knew that attacks were coming, and guess what? They're going to start causing earthquakes. They could do some major damage with that shit. Really, really. We're dealing with age-old intelligences here that can lift up oceans and wash this shit away. There isn't anything random happening. I think your Bibles try to tell us about this. And it's also very metaphorical and analogical. What I mean is, um, analogies are there. Like, even you have to kind of depict what do they mean by parting the seas. Well, there's two ways you can look at things here. There's only one divine way, which is the eye, but then there's the two eyes. But if you can separate them out and see whatever the story is, just go along with whatever you're talking about Noah. So they're talking about saving all of life in a boat. You know, see that to me is that no, that side whoever is third eye oriented, well, their salvation is guaranteed. They are seeing right through Maya, which is 3D reality, and so um, in effect, you don't worry about really. You don't worry about even if this entire plane exploded. You will go to another planet as awareness. You're just fully aware that you're not your body, and that you just know that stuff like this, not only the creator of creation has the capability of redoing it all, and going to another planet. It's here now, and it's you can they have vaults locked up on the earth, and people say, well, we're going to recreate it all, you know, and they darn well can, you know. A lot of people give themselves the authority, and well, you know, something has been, you know, like I was trying to tell you, but you know, why don't we all know this and everything? Because you're being farmed. You're being farmed up. The more, the merrier. But see, that's not really true. If you were more in resonance as a being, you're just, see, a meditator. I love this little baby. She's a little special. Oh, a meditator. It's just so, we are so being stripped down here. It's just, I hope that you understand that you know, this is not the only thing. You have a real life coming, which you can access it now, and that's the whole point of the Christians saying you can become reborn into the living body of Christ, the living body of Christ. Will you stop that shit over there with the hanging woman and the whatever it was? So then, yeah, it's in the air thick. I can feel it. It's just like, babes, are you not aware? Like precisely like we are being run down now, and now, if you notice your personal relationships really, because of the placement of where Mars is, it's debilitated there, I think. But no, it's debilitated in Taurus, and in Cancer, I think it's in a very weak place. It's just, I think it's debilitated there too, or something. And Venus is now in Scorpio, and that's also debilitated. So both men and women kind of getting under the weather here a little bit. I admit, I am not feeling well. We only have so much time here. We don't, you know. I welcome to the contradiction. We don't live forever here. But what I'm trying to say is that make the best out of every moment. You know, it's not too late if you're listening to this You can get back your years that you lost by just paying attention and being there for everything. That's what I kind of do here with my cat. I admit that social media is a real problem. That's why I am. See, it's a problem if I do not make a breakthrough and figure out for the rest of us, how do we convert it into a system of care for the human being? Because there's two types to be found here on this plane. It's not isolated to the men and women thing. Both of them have the possibility of becoming enlightened and or love embodied a human being. See, that's our religion here. It's love. And so, but the non-human being needs to seek their enlightenment. And I am saying, and I've never said it like this before, but it's like, okay, so here we go. Let's say it. Like the Channel 4 News, just keep repeating it. That the ones who are enlightened, in fact, they are human. It's called they have become. You can hear it. They are realized. They have arrived. The language is here already. I'm not making this up. It could be absconded or it just could be completely zapped out of human awareness that this is your religion here. You are to see some of the organism doesn't get to be born awakened. Not saying that anybody is more superior. What I'm saying is that that's just the way that it functions. It's kind of divine the way God created it, and it kind of bounces back to the Creator, really, which is yeah, figuratively, if we say the facts here that women have children here, men don't. Okay, so now what? Is there a big fight happening? Oh, what happened? Well, this is just the facts. Did you go into the hospital and see who are the people having children in the maternity ward? Well, they're mainly women. Now what? But it seems to always throw back to that, and I've been mentioning that the technology that it's just you don't have to get personal about it. If you're getting personal about it, then there's something that you're glitching out, and you need a shaman. When you get personal about the truth or something like that, it's like a narcissist gets personal about the truth. You say, well, water, um, it does three things, and they're like, what do you mean? I'm going to try and make it do four. They're upset that things are just, hey, it's already happening beyond your control here. In fact, you have to release control and just try and go with the flow. Maybe pay attention and find out what's there. Get all excited. Hi, hello, how are you doing? This little baby, I could swear she's getting high on what she's eating. I don't like that. Hi, are you getting like really strung out on it's venison and rabbit? And maybe it's just like pure energy for her. And we should not be like dumbed down to the fact that things are supposed to be more energetic. Whew, getting back to, I was super sensitive and I notice it all. Talk about Noah's Ark. I noticed that the animals were just like they were I saw them running towards my yard because there's a tractor happening over there. There's a dog fucking that loves to eat birds over there. And I'm just looking at these animals and I'm looking at this one squirrel that's running past me and it's totally like, I'm like, man, this fucking squirrel has been violated or something. I don't know. It's not happy. It's like, what is here? You know what I mean? Anymore. I'm in communication with the coyotes and um, I already know that they're going to do like this sweeping attack. They're like, God, look at all these people with chihuahuas and cats. Just in the last 3 years, really just 2 years. So if you're an Idlewilder and you live in my area, I know that the neighbors probably spy on me. It's sad if they don't, because they really need enlightenment. Anyway, they need to learn love. Everybody needs to learn love. Whew. That's why Christ Jesus was here, and the teachings are important. It's like, really, people need to be taught this shit. God. See, there's one part of the faction, a lot of them are women, but no, see, some women aren't making it to be a humane being. They're being stripped of that. Maybe they were abused or something. So getting back to, yeah, the human being, I'm sorry, I'm losing my track. It was something I was going to say. Um, I would like to think that I'm being taken care of by the love that's in my life, but it's not love. See, I hate to. See, I'm backed up against the wall about that, is that particular conversation about that to some people. Because you know that there is a faction out there that they practice fake Christianity, right? These are the churches that have risen up, and what's happening in the basement is like, oh my God, the molestation and the rape and children and whatever, and even families getting into it and selling the babies and who knows. But no, they're helping. I bless you. I'm helping. They're so righteous, right? But see, that is not only just happening in the church. They have made a business out of it. Wow. But people are stampering around and acting like that they are the savior and the hero, and they just have done good. You can't do it because you don't work. You're not working. You don't have money, so you can't shice anybody. You can't win. And it's like, you know what? You are so in for something because love is more dangerous than you are. Really, love is more dangerous than whatever is walking in deception. If you make contact with it, and you see, the thing is the moths fly toward the flame and they get burned. I mean, they have to be the same nature of that very thing. Are they fire? Are they the real thing? Nope. If they're not, man, they get burned, right? And it's hard to tell who's who, especially right now. It's impossible, it seems. And it's like, can we separate out and regroup? And so, me, I'm like we all are, and this is where I'm really concerned about Patsy, because she has the 29 degrees Aries, and these people are really warm-hearted people. They work really hard. Poor things, they could be under programming that didn't work for them, and they're just, oh God, we are all going through the dark night of the soul. But it's the last time of it. It's the last round, and we're heading towards a station direct on Pluto, and it's moving slow, but it's so like I almost know what to do because I've been. Thank God for this thing because I wanted to just be in front of it and do astrology, and the more I do it, the more I'm getting back into my natural intuitive awareness about it. And I'm almost now. It's you can use it in a certain way that you can just completely ride the waves and take advantage of it. The way we take advantage of the Pluto and Capricorn at 29 degrees now is we establish a control system or our own control system away from the old one. And that's precisely what I was doing all over Facebook today. It was just like every article just starts to rant about if you're a content creator and you have more than 500. See, I have another 330 followers that are doing friend requests. Now, I know how to screen and everything. I'm not super sensitive. I know when it's a scam or not. I have a lot of so-called military men. Um, I say so-called men, military-arized people. They are just robots, and I think that they're at the point of their life that they're like, man, I'm missing out, and I want love, and they think that they can grab me just looking at a picture. And I do not talk to anybody on social media. I don't text anybody on my phone. I am actually very hermited and isolated, and my Jupiter and Pisces in the 12th house loves it. I have always isolated myself, and like you just get in your sound room and you start creating and you start creating and see, I have a hidden life of pure creative modes, that's not very well known. I do share, and I would love to be able to just break myself free from being so occupied with, how I was talking about the old system of torture that is the old monetary system, in fact, that is still toting around cash, I hate to say, but it doesn't have to be that way. No, we can take over that cash system. We can take it back. That's right now. We have to take it back. All of it's ours. See, there is a faction here that all of it belongs to them. And I dare say they are the alive woman. if you're an alive woman, you are appalled by what is happening on this planet, especially to your children. You're pumping them out, and you're also just you're the one that civilization is like merry-go-rounding around on. You're fixing the food, and you're protecting them, and you're raising the kids, and you have that profound responsibility in you. You're a woman, or are you? See, an alive woman, that movement already came and passed. You can sense it. I can sense it right now. It can come and pass again. It can come and it doesn't have to pass. Okay, so they killed Christ Jesus, who was a woman, but see, that's the only thing that you know. But really, there were witch hunts, and they are still hunting witches. I could swear that it is so fucking effective that, okay, I hate to say this, but men are programmed by that cult system that took over their leader, who are women, who are alive women, the women that see. I don't like to be biased like this because I like to go general and just say, no, these are just super sensitive people. See, men can be that way too. They just have all of their nerves intact. They weren't circumcised, maybe. They have all of their nerves intact. And they sense things. And they say, no, 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 don't go there. It's a little bit, that's kind of, and you know, they're protecting people because they are more sensitive. That's all. See, women have a profound responsibility, although it's everybody's responsibility to do quality control. Sorry, I'm being aspected by Pluto, and it's just tying my tongue up. We're also being bombarded by EMF waves. The more bombardment you experience and by EMF waves, the more that it'll make your voice crack, and also it makes you just go bleh, bleh, bleh. You're not going to sound out your words because it's damaging your brain. I don't believe in permanent brain damage or permanent damage of anything of the human body. There's instant healing possible. I experienced it a little bit today, and that's how I was able to see. I'm supposed to do this. I'm a leader, and as long as I'm on social media, you're going to catch on to me. You're going to notice me. You're going to say, "Wait a minute." But now, see what I'm doing is I'm noticing how we are supposed to do this. I'm getting downloads, and it's like, this is so complicating because I have a 3D world. See, what I came up and I realized that it's like, no, my 3D world is done. It's unfortunate because everything that I ever was that cultivated in me, and I'm not letting this go. But see, as a musician, I'm not saying that it's completely done and over with, and I can't do anything with it. No, it's just kind of see, that's the thing, is we're being deleted, and so I've been deleted. It's just like, no, there's no use for you. You're worthless in 3D. I didn't just say I'm not worthless here. In fact, this is making more sense because, yeah, no, in 3D, what's going on in your 3D? Do you have more of an interest in this, like, say, what people are doing, how that you can have a conversation? See, I don't do that much at all. I'm telling you, I do not do it. I live a very disciplined life compared to a lot of people. See, a lot of people will just dabble in everything and look at it, and I kind of I just go like this. No, not yet, not yet. Well, let's see. No, nah. It's weird. Like with my with my YouTube. See, I don't believe that you have to go through any more any more instruments or veins other than your own eyesight. You look at this and you say, "Oh, did you say that you needed help? Okay, PayPal is here." See, YouTube says that content creators have to do this and that and this and that so you can be monetized and blah, blah. It's like, why don't you just communicate and look each other in the eyes and fucking hear each other? Skip that fucking middleman, and they're actually, see, when you get monetized on YouTube, some weird way, or it's Patreon, and it's the same with Cash App, Cash App again. I'm sorry, that they take a little bit of your money. It's a tax, and it's like, so what? See, but the thing is, though, it's a big no. Where is that money going to? You know, taxes are illegal. You should know that somebody's taking your money, and not telling you how it's being used. And it's none of your money, but really, when you get your shit together as a human being and your brand You know it's worthless without putting my label on it. My brand is the human being, and it's non-toxic. It's just highly creative. It says our money goes to us, and we use it in a non-toxic manner. In fact, we have an opportunity to open our own fucking banks right here. There's some way that we can work it, and I'm doing it. I tend to jump ahead of whenever I get a download and I start thinking about it, it's coming in, it's like, God, how long is it going to take? And really, am I going to be able to do this? See, it's really getting to the wire where I'm being hunted down. I'm being systematically preyed upon. It's like, babes, fuck your 3D reality. Can you please elevate yourselves into your imagination? Start thinking forward. But that imagination is number one, because then you start to see how that no, imagination is fucking everything. It's king. It is, what do they call imagination? They say it's the, imagination is the, sorry, I should know that, but now we're talking about a healthy imagination. See, you cannot graduate into 5D unless you've gone through 3D. And you know, oh my God, yeah, this is pretty Maya. This is pretty illusion, you know. Did you notice the backdrop society just chugging away like clockwork? It's like they're fucking fully asleep, and it's like everything's going like this, and you're just, you're awake like Neo. You're going, catch the bullet. You wonder why. It's like, oh well, now I will yell at these people at the top of my lungs very consciously about the fact that they are poisoning. I will say everything that I know I need to say, plus posting signs. See, because later on, well, I said everything. It turns out I said everything. First response, boom, right in front of like 5 people. And that guy, I saw him. He was like, they're all going like this at me. And they all think, they laughed at me in my face when I said, I am a woman. Oh, they were, if I had the right army around me, which are real men, they would have been fucking jumped and probably beheaded. Those people aren't safe people. I put a lot of information on today about, I'm trying to explain to some people that I know that they're so behind, and I don't need to do that. It's not really, see, I'm way ahead, and I kind of reach back and I say, you know, it's very important that we do that. Aries, the organism, some of them, the leaders will always do that. They're like, okay, now let's reach back. But I'm over here. You have no idea where I am. And where I'm talking about the, our organization, babes, I'm not doing it right now because I'm very, very, very spent. This is the key to identifying ourselves as human beings away from the system over there. See, people are mixed up right now. There's two types here. And I'm sorry if I'm picking it up. But it's ironic that I say types, isn't it? And I'm typing this, and you have to do upper level type and lower level type. No, are you typing? Are you typing? This is the way our language works, you guys. I've tapped it. See, I'm a leader in this in the West. It might be on the entire Earth. See, I was taken up into astral travel. I met so many people. We are, see, I know I am up there still. We are multidimensional, and so I met David Icke and Dr. Seuss and my mom and thousands of other really bitchin' people, right? I can sense them. They were all there, and the thing is that they're all disgruntled. They're all like, "What the fuck is happening down there?" And they're trying to find the most available aperture to say, look at this now. Look, I'll never forget it. See, it's giving me the chills right now because I have a couple videotapes that was right after my first real life experience of astral travel, and it was so weird because I came out with all of this information. It was new information that I wasn't working on at all, and I was like, you can see me talking about it like, Where was I? And I was fresh out of having been lifted up by all of this energy, and they taught me so much, and I'm still learning. And that's why I don't put it down. I will not put it down. No, because even though I don't even know where it's going to go, but the thing is that I do. That's the way channeling is. That's the way when you get turned into your real life and you start doing downloads, babes. There's a reason why that there were structures here made of stone. I want one. You want one for the daytime, for the daytime fucking blackout that goes on. Never before, babes. It wasn't always like that. Less people on the planet means more peace, really. I mean, and I didn't just say. If you weren't here, you wouldn't know the difference. And if you're here, do you know the difference? You know what I'm saying? It's just like when there are people who are like just condensed in their power, you don't need so many. I trip out on that because, and you don't even really know this, but see, you do if you know what meditation does for you. And that's the only cure. Really, it's like, you got to learn to meditate. See, your scientists, Tesla and Einstein and all of the other people who you might admire, but really, you want to look at who really impacts and really come up with something that's like, what the fuck? They never attribute their achievements or contributions to any public education, not even a university. No, they speak of a whole different mode of receiving information, and that is meditation. And so they learn how to live in a state of getting the downloads. They know that they only need 3 hours of sleep. They know that actually so much more than us. That sleep deprivation is one of the ways to start to get your third eye to open and start to get you just start to get more real about this plane here. It's weird. And so yeah, that's where it's interesting. It's interesting to feel what's happening today with all of the racket. See, because where I'm at up here, I've been here for 35 years, and I remember what it was like before there was all of the houses built, and they pretty much all stationed themselves like coffins, like just in a row, all facing the street. See, totally unoriginal, just very manufactured, right? Some centralized bank owner that's moving in, and see, it's not original like intention, like my great grandpa, who he faced it. It was all a bunch of thinkers that knew how to place it. They made everything face it a certain way, and it's very powerful to have that kind of ability to align with the truth more and get into your vortex. And people wonder, well, how the hell did you do it? It's the same as I've told the story before, and I just like telling stories, and I hope you appreciate that. I need to be able to pay my bills, and I'm worried about it. I have an electric bill that's really huge. It's gone past due a couple times, and I just tend to worry too much to where that worry, that old system that suggests that, oh, Shauna, you better get up and make people interested in your service doing hum and the hum and the hum and the hum. What can I do for you today? No, stop! This thing can make us all calm down and get into fucking meditation, and now we're gonna know what the fuck to do today. Because we're not dancing to that fucking shit anymore. Yes. My performance here is worth something to somebody. In Arkansas, I'm just glad that I'm halfway through this, and my soul might be getting kind of big, and I can feel it's getting really big. And when your soul gets big, you get uncomfortable. Your body might start breaking down. You're like, and God is saying, do you feel it? I'm like, yeah. Am I ready to go? Oh, a little bit more. They make you good and ready. Like, do you see how absolute bullshit the world is? I mean, fully. Are you ready? Yes, I do not ever want to accidentally reincarnate here. Anyhow, in bed. And be bad. Kulin, bad, rolling, dash, really, but tutte. Tin, krillin, bad,